What's up? This is Andrew from the Benchwarmers, and welcome back to our NFL prediction series. Today I'm taking a look at this Week 5 matchup between the Bills and Chiefs on Sunday night. But before I get into that, make sure to like and subscribe. We are almost at 100 subscribers, so we would greatly appreciate it if you did. Now let's move on to this game, and I think it's going to be a super exciting one because these are two of the best teams in the AFC. And this game is actually going to be a rematch of the AFC Conference Championship from last year that the Chiefs ended up winning, but maybe this time it'll go differently. So let's start by talking about the Bills, who are the away team for this matchup, like they were for the championship last year. They're 3-1 so far. They lost to the Steelers week 1, but after that, they've just been absolutely amazing, outscoring opponents 118-21. So that's almost a 100-point difference. And that includes 2 games where they completely shut out their opponent and didn't allow a single point. The offense has obviously been amazing. They're second in terms of points. But surprisingly, the passing game hasn't been as good as expected. It's not even top 10 currently. Josh Allen doesn't have a single 300-yard, or he has actually one 300-yard passing game so far, which is not really how he was performing last year. But it's actually been the running game that's been carrying them so far. So Zach Moss and Devin Singletary have both taken steps up, but Josh Allen has also taken a step up as a scrambling quarterback who can make plays with his feet as well as his arm. And the defense has been even better than the offense, so they're easily first in both yards and points allowed, including those 2 shutouts which I already mentioned. It's obviously because of that amazing pass defense with Tre'Davious White, one of the top corners in the league, and also a very underrated safety duo of Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer. Now let's move on to talking about the Chiefs. They're currently 2-2, which is definitely very, very unexpected for a team that made it to the Super Bowl last year and didn't really get worse in the offseason at all. In fact, I think they got better in terms of signing players like Orlando Brown. But the offense really hasn't been the problem so far. They're second in terms of yards and third in terms of points. But that's just because, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, there's no way anyone's stopping that offense. So really nothing's changed in terms of the offense from last year. But it's really been the defense that's been an issue so far. So they're second worst in the league in terms of both yards and points. I don't think that's a completely fair metric though, because we're only a few weeks in and they have had a very rough schedule. But overall, I'd still say so far they've been a bottom 10 defense. That's mainly because of the run defense, which is super surprising because they have 4 defensive linemen who are over 270 pounds and who are great run stoppers. So even though they're individually good run stoppers, overall, this run defense has just not been very competent so far. But let's move on to the narratives for this matchup. So one big question, obviously, is will the Chiefs' run defense step up against what has so far been a good run offense? And really last year, it kind of would have been reversed. Like the Chiefs had a great run defense last year, but now this season it's not been good. And last year, the Bills had no rushing offense, but this year it's been very good. So I really think that the Chiefs are going to struggle, and that's mainly because of Josh Allen. In week 2, when they played the Ravens and Lamar Jackson had 100 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. So the Chiefs really struggle against mobile quarterbacks, and Josh Allen's pretty mobile as well. Not as much as Lamar, but I could see him having a big game on the ground. And then another question on the other side of the ball is whether the Bills secondary can keep it up. I think the main silver lining for the Chiefs so far has been their passing offense, which has always been good for the last few years. So I don't think the Bills will be as good as they have been against their recent opponents. There's obviously no way they're getting a shutout this time. But let's move on to my official prediction. I think that the Bills are going to edge it out 34-31. Obviously, the Chiefs are going to have a good offensive day because they do pretty much every week. But I just don't think the defense has really revealed that they're able to compete with a good offense like the Bills. I mean, so far they've allowed no less than 29 points in all of their games. So with the Bills offense, I think scoring 34 points is definitely very, very reasonable. But let me know what you think of my prediction, whether you agree or disagree. Make sure to like and subscribe as always. This is Andy from the Benchwarmers, and I'm signing out. See ya.